searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair because eyes so bright. Hey guys, so today's episode, I have two very special women on the podcast with me. But before we get into the episode, I felt like I needed to do a bit of a longer intro, a little solo moment with you guys. Just get vulnerable, raw, real, give some more context, a trigger warning on some things that are discussed later in this episode. And I know if you guys have been listening for a while or even following me on Instagram or whatever, you might have noticed that I've gone through a lot of changes since the last time you saw me on your TV screens, especially when it comes to my friendships. The past few years have been really hard on a lot of relationships in my life. There was a series of events that really forced me to take a hard look at the people in my life and ultimately make my circle smaller, which I know that seems crazy, right? There's this perception of me that I have endless best friends and everyone's locations, and not gonna lie, I do still have a ton of locations and so many amazing friends, and I'm so incredibly grateful for all of those people in my life. But if I'm gonna be real with you, the truth is just more complicated than that. Between my husband's affair, and if you read the book, you know there was a very deep breach within my most inner circle while I was writing my book, I completely shut down. I felt like I just kind of stopped letting people in. And when I finally did try to open up again and tell my closest friends about what had occurred within my marriage, then another betrayal. And it was just like so frustrating. So last year, I know a lot of you who were listening, people online were commenting that it kind of seemed like I was in a spiral. And to be honest, I was. I had never felt so alone. It's like I was questioning everyone, everything. I was so paranoid. My intrusive thoughts were loud. My OCD was not well managed. I was operating purely in survival mode. And during that time, I lashed out. I said things publicly that were snarky, mean-spirited, things I'm not proud of, things that I'm like, that's not me. I felt like I was angry, I was hurt, and I was just completely projecting. And as much as I would love to just frame myself as the victim here, because you know what, sometimes that's easier to do, the truth is I had to take accountability. And that's not something that is always easy to do, but it is something that is necessary. I hadn't always been a great friend. And the more I look back at that, I'm like, God, how frustrating was it to be friends with that version of me? Like, I get it. I let outside noise affect me. The loudest voices in the room sometimes guide me. And it's like when those voices don't have your best interests at heart, you kind of lose your anchor, you lose yourself. And I felt like that's what happened to me. And I don't want to blame a person or people or production or whatever. Like, they weren't the problem. Truly, I was. And I'm responsible for myself and how I show up in the world. And it's like, if I want to grow and be the best version of myself, be the person I want to be, the mother I want someone to look up to, then I need to understand why I've done certain things, how I was making active choices about who I was allowing into my life, and how much I was allowing myself to be influenced. Like, that is the biggest thing. I never thought I was a person who could be easily influenced or easily manipulated. And then I look back and I'm like, who is that person? Like, it's so frustrating. And I just want to say to all of my friends who have still had my back through all of these years, thank you. To all of you listeners who haven't turned your back on me, thank you, because I've not always been the best version of myself. And I know that that was a very frustrating version to be friends with. And I just want to apologize to anyone who I hurt in the meantime. And I think a big part of that comes from my people pleasing tendencies, where I tend to mold myself into a version that I think others want from me or expect from me. And I have been working so hard. I have done so much therapy. I have done so much work on myself to get away from that behavior. And the first step is recognizing it, admitting it, acknowledging it, taking accountability. There were so many moments where I had to really look at the energy around me. And if the people who are closest to you in your life are negative, talking poorly about others, that's the energy you're absorbing. And I started absorbing that. If they're jealous and melting down over petty things, like I was absorbing that. And it started rubbing off on me. I became way more insecure. I became bitter. There were jealous feelings that I hadn't had before that were being put on me from someone else's energy, outside noise. And that's not who I am, or at least that's not who I want to be. I think people are probably not going to believe me as I'm saying this because, it doesn't support their narrative, the version of myself that they've become so familiar with on reality TV. But that's not all me. And I am a person who has always been genuinely happy for other people's successes, especially my friends. I mean, this group, we were lightning in a bottle. The fact that we did 11 seasons and just so much came from this show. I mean, it's incredible. I'm so proud of everyone. I want to see my friends win. I hate when I see comments like Stassi, for example, hosting the Secret Lives reunion, and people are like, oh my God, someone check on Scheana, but she's crying in a corner somewhere. And I'm like, no, girl, get it. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. Go get your own show. Go chase your dreams. Go host that gig. Do the things that you want to do with your career. And I want to be here in the front row fucking cheering you on. And I know now people are probably gonna be like, oh, what about Dancing with the Stars? I was in the front row cheering her on. And I want to go into this a little deeper because what hurt my feelings was not that Ariana was cast on Dancing with the Stars. It was that I didn't know she was going to be on it, and what I perceived that meant about our friendship. This was a me thing. It's like, had Dan not slipped up and said that in passing, I would have found out on social media when everyone else did. And it wasn't the fact that she didn't tell me. It was kind of more what it represented. It made me feel like, oh, our friendship isn't as close as I thought it was. I thought I was your person that you would tell this stuff to. And it made me see a distance that I hadn't perceived before. And that made me feel insecure. That was a me thing. Looking back now, hindsight is 2020. I have more perspective, and I understand that she needed to be careful about telling anyone from the VPR world, because if it had gotten out before the announcement, that opportunity could have been taken away from her. I would have never let that happen, but I understand her hesitation in telling anyone about these opportunities. But I took it personally, and that's my problem, and that's my fault. And looking back, especially Ariana season 11 was the most real, raw, authentic, amazing version of herself, considering everything she was going through. And her reality was walking away. Her reality wasn't filming conversations. And I respect that so much. And I hate that I couldn't see it in the moment because of what I was going through and all of the outside noise surrounding me. But during that time, I was withholding a huge piece of information from Ariana, from everyone in the world, about Brock having an affair. And maybe I was the one who had inadvertently withdrawn from the friendship and created that distance. And she was picking up on that energy. I don't know. I can't go back in time, but I do now have a lot more perspective. And I feel like I had probably withdrawn from all of my friendships to some extent. Things are never as black and white as we perceive them in real time. Time gives us perspective. I have tended to live in the gray a lot of my life, but instead of communicating any of this to Ariana, I literally made the active choice to let the distance grow in our friendship. And I allowed others access to put pressure on that wedge and further splinter our relationship. And I think over last summer was when I truly hit a breaking point. I started setting real boundaries and stepping away from friendships that weren't healthy for me. Something very different for me. I forgive, I move on. And that reckoning also made me realize how isolated I'd become from the friends who truly ground me, the friends who keep me accountable, push me to be better, and love me through growth. I have been on such a growth journey. And before I realized that, I didn't realize I had been in a very depressive state for a couple of years. I wasn't on the right medication. I needed that support. I finally had the clarity and strength to change what was around me, but I did need a little bit of support. And it really drove home to me how much we're shaped by the people closest to us. You really are a product of those people closest to you. And looking back, the version of myself during that time makes a lot of sense based on the energy and surroundings I was choosing for myself. At one of my lowest points, two women who I've known for years showed up for me in ways I didn't even know I needed. They asked for nothing, expected nothing, just gave me a sense of literal lightness. And I just felt so safe with them and gave me back this sense of trust that I thought I'd lost. So when I thought about how I wanted to celebrate love for a Galentine's episode, it felt like a no-brainer. Today is about honoring the kind of friendship that heals you, that steadies you, and just reminds you of your worth. And that's what these women do. I'm so grateful to spend this episode with the two women who really just give me all of that and who help me believe in unconditional friendship again. We get deep in this episode. I talk about some traumatic events that happened to me when I was in junior high. So I did just want to give a trigger warning at the beginning of this episode, but I think it's important to share. And this has been a very long-winded intro, but I haven't had a solo moment with you guys in a bit. And I just felt like I needed to get some more of that off my chest because it's been weighing on me and it's something that I just felt like I needed to say. So thank you for listening to that. We're going to take a break and then be back with the episode. So as we know, I'm a busy working mom. I swear sometimes my daughter's schedule is busier than mine. And one of the things that I know can keep a lot of us from going to the gym is not knowing where to start, not having the right trainer. Are the workouts going to even work out well, And that's what I have to tell you. When I'm not working out with my trainer and I'm at home, I work out with my Tonal. I have had this going on 3-4 years now, and I'm obsessed. Tonal is the ultimate strength training system. It tracks your progress to take the guesswork out of working out so you can have the confidence and keep pushing forward. I love that it can change where if it feels that I'm kind of struggling to pull that weight, push that weight, whatever it may be, it can adjust. It recommends things based on what you're looking for. You looking to strength train? Are you looking to build muscle? Are you looking to lean out? Whatever it is, you can pick your body region, pick the amount of time. Sometimes I only have 15-20 minutes to get a workout in. But that's what I love so much about my Tonal is they have something for everyone. You can do yoga. You can do Pilates. You can do strength training. Like Brock and I legitimately both use the Tonal. And obviously we lift much different weight, but it's great for both of us. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the guidance of a personal trainer anytime at home with one sleek system. It goes right on your wall. It looks really cool. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It's designed to reduce your mental load. So once you get set up, after a quick assessment, Tonal sets the optimal weight for every move. And like I said, it adjusts it in 1 pound increments as you get stronger. So you're always challenged. My favorite thing is when I get the PR sound and I hit a new personal record. It makes me so happy. I love it. Right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code GOODASGOLD. That's Tonal.com and use promo code GOODASGOLD for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com, promo code GOODASGOLD for $200 off. Oh my gosh, you guys, America's Next Top Model, I have to say, it was iconic, chaotic, and honestly kind of unhinged. For better or worse, it shaped an entire era of pop culture. And now Tyra Banks, Jay Manuel, Nigel Barker, Miss J. Alexander, top models, and more are featured in an explosive new documentary about the show. Oh my gosh, you guys, the trailer for this new documentary with America's Next Top Model, it looks so good. I mean, America's Next Top Model was iconic, you know? Reality check. Inside America's Next Top Model is only on Netflix February 16th. Well, joining me for a very special Galentine's Day episode of Scheananigans are two of my dearest friends. You've heard a little bit about them on the podcast, but now they're here. We've got Madeline, aka Maddie Lauer. Say hi.
Hi.
And my girl Stallone Cristi.
Hi.
Yay. So we've been talking about doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm. So excited.
Have you ever done a podcast before?
Yeah, back when I was like promoting music.
Okay.
I did one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done one before too, just one.
Okay, so not a total cherry pop, but we're doing it.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I wanted to give some background onto how we know each other, how we became friends. I mean, obviously you girls just met last year at my birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie and I
We fell
go
in love.
back, what, 8 years? 7, 8 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before kids.
Long before kids. We were still clubbing.
Long hair.
Yeah, we both had
Blurb.
long hair. That's how
And-
you know. It was a long time ago.
And Cristi and I met, we're going on 3 years now. This
Yeah.
year will be 3 years.
Yeah, we met in 2023.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so last year for my Galentine's Day episode, I had some housewives. We all had bathrobes on, and it was just
Love
like a
it.
really cute vibe in here. This year, I wanted to have you girls have a couple drinks since dry January is over. Even though
I drank twice in dry January, but it still counts.
I drank the entire month, so yeah.
I'm the only one who truly stuck with it.
You really did.
Per usual.
Yeah, and then on
Your commitment.
January 31st, I was like, all right, it's our girl Christina's birthday.
It was
I'm
9
gonna-
p.m., but it was like midnight everywhere
East
else.
Coast. Yeah, everywhere else in the world, it was February.
Yeah.
So I made it. But we can start out, do a little cheers, and then I'm totally going to grill you girls. I have so many questions.
Let's do it.
I was kidding, but
I hope you aren't.
Cheers.
so we've done some tequila shot. We've got some champagne we're sipping on.
We've got some rosé
Oh.
veuve,
Mhm.
little pineapple.
Only the best. Okay. So tell me about, at my 40th birthday, how you two connected.
And the massage chairs.
Oh,
That was-
the manly hands.
Yep, and manly hands.
Uh-huh.
Whoever decided on that.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Genius.
Bravo.
I was tipsy. I was like, you never think I'm going to get a massage tipsy.
Yeah.
And it just hit the spot. And I
Oh,
saw
we beeline
you.
for it. And we were
Mhm.
just sitting there, like, getting our massage on. And then this little cutie walks over and sits next to me. And I'm like, who
Hi.
is this? Yeah. We start talking and
That's literally what I thought of you. I was like, who is that? There's an open chair next to her. I'm going to go sit next to her. And
so cute.
yeah. And it was amazing.
Yeah. And then you guys started hanging out, just the two of you. There was something about the three of us that just clicked. And
Totally.
Cristi said that she
Mhm.
manifested us.
I totally did.
I feel like we all manifested each other at the same time.
Yeah. it was just like something that was missing in the female friendships. And it just kind of all came together last summer.
Yeah, I was definitely at a point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to embrace healthy, like wonderful, like-minded, aligned female relationships. And that's just what I would put out there, when I would do my manifesting and everything. Like, this is what I want. And then you just sat next to me in the massage chair. And then we went to dinner, and then that was it.
Yeah.
I know. It was like I had known you for years or something.
Crazy. No, it was crazy. Like, we literally started talking after your birthday. And it was like, when we were texting, like, we had just been friends for years. And then we went out to dinner, and that was it.
I was like, do you want to go to dinner? And you're like, wait, it's that easy? We can just like go to dinner and like follow through on the plans?
Yeah, and there's no flakiness.
I feel like
that's true. I don't travel. Even with friends I've had for like 20 years, I haven't really done that with. But you guys were like, no, you're coming with us.
Yeah, we're doing this.
I can't.
I'm like, but no, you can.
You can't.
She still says that about every trip. But then she comes.
I know. I'm like, no, I can't. And then, yeah.
And we're going on another trip this weekend. We're going to Carmel to celebrate you for your birthday.
God, that's this weekend. Wow.
I know.
Like, time flew.
I know. So we're spending Valentine's together. Galentine's today. Valentine's this weekend.
I love it. Couldn't ask for better.
I love it.
Valentine's.
I feel like it is hard the older we get to make friends. It's like, I never would have thought that in my now 40s, but like in my late 30s and early 40s, that I would make new friends that I feel are lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And that's you two, who obviously I've known longer, but we really got closer last year. And also some of the moms at summer school. Like, I had no idea that I would be able to make friends outside of this reality TV world that I've been in for the last 14, 15 years of my life.
Totally.
And every time I would meet someone new, especially when we were filming, it's like, well, what are their motives? Are they just trying to get on the show? Like, I've had so many roller coaster friendships that it's been hard to trust people.
I've seen you adjust like that with us. And I'm like so grateful that we came into your life right now. And like, I don't take it lightly. And it just feels like kismet.
Yeah.
You really are the people you surround yourself with.
Totally.
It's crazy. Like, you absorb people's energy. You absorb people's, their thoughts and their, how they move and how they do things. And you really have to be careful because it's important.
Yeah. And I felt like over the last 3 years especially, it's so crazy because I met you, Cristi, in a year where I was in a downward spiral and I didn't even realize it. Just a few months before I met you, I found out my husband had an affair. I filmed season 11 of the show, and right when we wrapped, I met you. And it was just a whirlwind of a time in my life. But then what was crazy was you were one of the first people when I was comfortable opening up about it that I trusted and told this story to about what he had done, because there was just something safe about you where I was like, she's not going to go and tell anyone. I can open up. And there were a few other people we know that I opened up to at the time.
Yeah.
A couple who kept the secret and a couple who didn't. And it really made me reevaluate my friendships and where I'm going to put my time and energy into and who I want around my daughter and just what I want to surround myself with. And that's you girls. So
yeah, it's like when real life happens, who's really around you? Like, what are the people you want influencing your decisions and in your life?
That's a big test.
Yeah. I love that that's another thing about us is the husbands all get along.
I know.
It's so cute.
And
they have a bromance.
The more they hang out, I mean, Maddie and I's husbands, I feel like there's so many things. Just as we were getting out of the car here, we're like, why are they the same?
Yeah.
So many
Morphing
things.
into the same person.
Yeah.
And Dem's just like happy-go-lucky, along for the ride. He's down for whatever.
He's one of the girls on the girls'
He
trip.
totally is.
And it's totally fine.
Yes.
Like, I would never want to go on a girls' trip and not have Dem.
I feel like he's just honorary, like a part of the a part of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like whatever she wants, whatever baby boo wants.
He's the best.
No,
he's
you
really the best.
totally scored.
No, I did.
Yeah.
Like 1,000%.
But he scored
Yeah.
made way more.
I mean,
yeah.
Did you see that?
Like, look at this amazing dinner I made. I'm like,
Yes.
you look like that. You cook like that.
Stop.
You are so talented, so sweet. I'm like, wow.
And you sing like that.
And you sing like that.
Okay, wait. Now I need to turn to talk about all of the amazing things about you
No, we're still,
you don't have.
This is what we do.
We're early on.
This is just what we do all day.
But no, let's talk about you for a second and what you do for your career. You get to work with your husband. You get to make music.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. How many Grammys do you guys have? Shout it out. Say it with your chest.
I have we've got some awards. I've got one. Dem has, a few. But I'm a singer-songwriter, and my passion is making music, and I get to do that for a living. So I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Dem is an amazing songwriter and producer. And we're a musical family.
Yeah, I love it. Maddie also, talented musician, photographer, opening a School of Rock soon.
Yep, School of Rock in Silver Lake, hopefully coming this summer.
Ow!
We just got some permits approved this morning.
So exciting.
Which means we can start demoing and framing, and we've been waiting for this moment forever. It's on Sunset Boulevard. It's going to be...
I'm so excited.
So epic.
So, Lady Gaga.
I love Lady Gaga. She did so good.
I know. I want to talk about
I was surprised.
the Super Bowl.
That performance was incredible.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen anything to that scale that was all in Spanish.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, what a platform.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
What an amazing show. I loved it. I loved
think
every
it was
second of it.
what the most watched ever. It was like 135 million or
Really?
something.
I love that.
Good for him.
I know.
So I love him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't even care that I didn't understand.
That's the thing.
I was just like, this is
I
freaking
didn't care
epic.
at all.
Yeah, it was so good.
Such a vibe. And it's storytelling. The couple who got married literally got married.
I know,
it was real.
That's real. I could tell.
Yes.
Like,
wow.
The girl is actually from like my hometown. She went to Covina High School.
That's crazy.
And my parents live like borderline Azusa Covina. That's like where I grew up.
Yeah.
So
How did you find that out?
it was online. So I'm assuming it's true. You can't believe everything you read online. But
it's just someone from Covina like, this was us.
But apparently they had invited Bad Bunny to their wedding.
Yeah, that's what I read that too.
Instead of him going to their wedding, he brought them to the Super Bowl.
He's like, can't make it, but
I have an alternative plan
for you.
It was such a cool performance, celebration of love, and like, the only thing
and the culture.
Exactly.
So one of my girlfriends that I'm really close with that lives in my neighborhood is Puerto Rican. My stepsons are half Puerto Rican. Well, Jamaican and Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just so cool. Like my stepson and I watched it together, and he was like vibing, and he's been to Puerto Rico, and he said, oh my God, that's exactly what it looks like. There's the vendors with the coconuts
Really?
and there's this. Yes, he loved it. Like it was so good.
Yeah. I just went last year for the first time when Brock did his Iron Man. And I can't wait to go back.
I've always wanted to go.
I loved it.
That's our next trip.
No. We should do it.
I'm so down.
Yeah, the hotel we stayed at was right on the beach. It was so nice.
Let's put it on the list.
Yeah.
That's it. We're going.
So, I mean, yeah, we gave our thoughts on the halftime show, but I'm confused why this was so controversial. I think some people really needed to pay attention more in school. I saw some former housewives say some very ignorant things.
Really?
Taylor Armstrong, she was on Beverly Hills, then she was on OC for a season. She posted complaining about the Cuban flag. It wasn't a Cuban flag. It was a Puerto Rican flag, and Puerto Rico is also part of America.
But like, even if it was a Cuban flag,
who cares?
Even if it was any other flag, like,
right.
Why?
People all over the world are watching the Super Bowl.
And we also have plenty of Cubans in the U.S. Like,
yes.
It's like, yeah.
I know. And then Jill Zarin, who was on the original or whatever season of Roni. I've never watched that one.
Yeah.
And now she's going to be on a new show, like The Golden Life or something.
I saw that.
Well, I mean, I don't know how that's going to go. But she was complaining.
It looked cute to me. I don't know.
So she was complaining
Maybe
that
I'll change my mind after you tell me this.
There weren't any white people.
What?
But I want to play for you what she said, because it was just the epitome of
the ignorance we talk about.
Why you're the problem. This is part of the problem.
Before that, it was the worst halftime show ever, and it's 250 years that we're celebrating right now in the United States. And I just don't think it was appropriate to have it in Spanish. And quite frankly, I didn't need to see him grabbing his, G area. I think it was totally inappropriate. You've got all these young kids watching the Super Bowl, and he doesn't have to be grabbing himself every 5 seconds. Is he so insecure? Seriously, I didn't understand it. I don't speak Spanish. I would have liked to have known the words he was saying. To me, it looked like a political statement because there were literally no white people in the entire thing. I think it was a political statement, and I'm not taking a side one way or the other. I just do. I think it's a nice
Sounds
thing.
like you are.
And I just think that the NFL sold out, and it's very sad because this was 75 years, and shame.
Didn't he say like "I love you, America"?
No, you're
Or,
ashamed,
Thank you,
Jill.
America. Like
Who was that?
Yeah, Jill Zarin. She was
I
on
don't know who that
Brony
is.
back in the day, and she's on the new like Golden
The
Life or
reboot?
whatever the fuck it's called. No, not the reboot. The reboot's all new people. But
Okay.
there's like a new show on E
yeah.
that has like 5 of the OGs or whatever.
I don't play that.
mm-mm.
I do not. Why even make a comment about it? Why not celebrate another
Yeah.
culture?
No, literally.
Why not experience something different and be like, wow, okay, this is maybe something I don't understand, but this is so beautiful. This is so fun. Like, look at the
And him
energy.
as an artist and how far he's come. And,
Right.
Like just
Why focus on anything that's negative? I don't get it.
Yeah.
people are always gonna have their.
And okay,
opinions.
so you didn't understand what he was saying in the moment. You still could have vibed to it, and then you could have watched it again after with the captions, with the transcript, looked up the lyrics of his songs.
Yeah, that's not the point.
No, it's
No.
just when I saw that, I was like, you know what? You're part of the problem. You know who else is part of the problem? Jake Paul, because he
Oh,
called
yeah, I saw that.
even his brother, even
He was
Logan
like, I don't agree with that.
posted and was like, I don't agree with my brother. He called Bad
happened?
Bunny a fake American. And
What?
here's the funny thing. Jake Paul literally moved to Puerto Rico so he could pay less money in taxes. So does that make him like a fake American defector? I mean, and it's like, okay, if Puerto Rico is fake America, how is he going to be received by the community when he goes back home to his home of Puerto Rico?
Right.
I mean, if I were a Puerto Rican, I might be wanting to make life in fake America less hospitable for him. We don't want you. And also, he's currently at the Olympics. I guess his girlfriend is, out chasing her Olympic dream. And didn't she win gold, by the way? I think, she
Isn't
won
his
gold.
girlfriend like a beautiful?
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing her. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's
And
so
instead
pretty.
of supporting her the day before her big race, he's there like
talking about
posting
that.
stupid shit on the internet, being an obnoxious distraction. And it's like, you have such a big platform.
Yeah.
Why are you so stupid?
I feel like that should, we need to trademark that. You have such a big platform. Why are you so stupid?
Literally. He is. He dated a friend of mine back in the day. And so I can't stand him.
Okay, so we know. Yeah, we know.
We know.
100%.
We know. Yeah. Anyway, did you watch the commercials? We talked about the halftime show. Any favorites that stood out to you?
The Kendall Jenner
I can't
commercial.
lie. I did not watch hardly anything.
Well, you have 2 kids. And
2 kids. I had my friends over.
Mhm.
We were eating. We were playing Uno.
okay.
I don't know. I'm just not a sports girly.
And that's fine.
I get
it's
the
one thing
commercials. We
we
literally were like,
Disagree on?
we're
It's
missing
okay.
the commercials.
We can disagree on things.
I know,
can't
yeah.
either.
That's the
But
beauty
that's what
of
I
us.
love about you. You're
You
like,
know?
Yeah.
I'm a football girly.
I'm like, wait a minute. What's the playoffs that we're in right now?
She's like, is
no,
it the finals?
I'm
It's
like,
not
we're in the
basketball.
finals? Did they score a goal?
I tune in when it counts. Yeah, the
They
commercials
made a
and the halftime.
basket?
Right. Did you see Paige DeSorbo?
No.
Oh my
I
God.
missed
She
Paige.
killed
Yes.
it.
I hate myself.
Uh-huh.
She did so good. I love.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
She said, no bueno.
One line.
Iconic.
Iconic.
Literally, I posted it and they said icons only. I'm like, oh my God, she's in it with a huge actor. I can't even think of his name off the top of my head right now,
Yeah.
but he's huge. I've seen him in everything. And she fucking crushed it. She is crushing life right now. She
I love
is,
her.
As she should.
she's been my inspiration for a long time. And it's so cool to
Same.
see her growth from when she was working at Betches and I just met her in the office to now being able to just say, no, I don't want to do another season of the show because I have other things I want to pursue more.
Yeah.
And she
part.
was one of my biggest inspirations when it came to making that decision, which as you
Wow,
both
I didn't know that.
you were.
I did know that. And And I know that you reached out to
Yeah.
her and you were like, what did that look like for you?
Wow.
And it just gave you so much encouragement. Like,
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
love that.
if something is not aligning, stop.
right. And
Stop. You don't owe it to anyone. No one cares. Just do what you have to do.
yeah. And that
Exactly.
was such a crazy decision for me to make because that's what I've known in my adult career for so long. That's just what I've done for so long.
Yeah.
And when I have a great offer in front of me for not just me, but also my husband, for our family.
Exactly. That's both of your jobs.
I think it says everything about,
who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Who you also want to be, how you picture yourself.
Yeah.
And how it just was not that.
It just wasn't aligning with where I was at in my life. And I feel like that's been such a turning point in my depression, in my outlook on friendships, and just so much of my life.
No, yeah. When you were, oh my gosh, when you were going through that time, I remember just thinking, like, wow, I respect her and I admire her so much.
Yeah.
For
I was
her
like, she's
choosing,
badass.
like, turning down that amount of money, not just for you, for your husband. Like, your guy, that's a job. Turning down the security, turning down the, the ability to plan your life essentially and choose a different path based off of what you were feeling energetically, what you were feeling in your spirit, and what was best for your family, for your daughter. Like, I really respected that. I was
Thank
like,
you.
wow.
Same. I was like, I'll be a shoulder to lean on. I respect that so much.
And you have been, both of you. So thank you. On that note, we're going to take a little break. Okay, so as you're listening to my episode, you got to know where we all shop, and that's Revolve. I've talked to you guys about this so many times, but I have to tell you, Cristi is the person who really got me onto Revolve. I swear these women have totally upped my style game, and that's supported by shopping online at Revolve. I have the most amazing coats for the winter that I'm like, you know what? I need to take a winter trip because here in LA, it's not cold enough to wear the cute jackets I've got. But Cristi and Maddie, they are my fashion inspo, and Revolve has everything you're looking for and maybe don't even know you need. They have so many brands. And now that 2026 is officially here, Revolve is so good for a fresh wardrobe reset. I just emptied out my winter closet, got rid of all my jackets. I bought new ones that I need to go somewhere to wear, but I have them. And it's like, if you think elevated basics, there's new arrivals daily, outfits for everything on your calendar. I got my Galentine's outfit. We're going away this weekend. I got outfits for that. Date nights, the weekend plans that are up and coming, the weddings you have to go to, whatever the thing is, the curated edits make it so easy to find your vibe without endless scrolling. Because when you go on this website, it can be a little overwhelming. There's over 1,200 brands and 100,000 styles across fashion, beauty, home. They've got high-end to emerging and exclusive labels, all authentic, high-quality products, new arrivals daily, inclusive sizing. So whether it's a weekend away, a big night out, or just a much-needed wardrobe refresh, your dream wardrobe is just one click away. Head to revolve.com/goodasgold, shop my edit, and take 15% off your first order with code goodasgold. Fast 2-day shipping, easy returns. It's literally the only place you need to shop from. That's revolve.com/goodasgold to shop my favorites and get 15% off your order with code goodasgold. Offer ends February 27th, so happy shopping. I think we've all been guilty of joining the new year, new me train. Am I right? So if you are ready for a totally new way to start a sustainable journey to managing and tracking your weight health, you'll be blown away by what Weight Watchers has to offer. So I know a few friends and some family members who have done this, and they absolutely love it because Weight Watchers has completely overhauled their app with phenomenal updates. And because we don't gatekeep here, you'll be thrilled to know they also offer access to affordable GLP-1 options. So with or without meds, Weight Watchers has everything you need to be successful, including comprehensive personalized nutrition plans and a fitness community, because isn't that what you want? You want to be a part of a community. You want to feel less alone in this journey. And just know there's no gimmicks here. It's just science. Weight Watchers is committed to delivering the most comprehensive way to manage and track weight health, designed to support how you live, how you move, and how you feel every day. Weight Watchers works. They've supported over 63 million members on health and weight loss journeys. No gimmicks, no fads. This is your sign to join today. Head to weightwatchers.com/goodasgold to get a special offer for my listeners. That's weightwatchers.com/goodasgold for a special offer. So one thing in our group chat that I thought was funny that we were talking about last night as I was watching the opening ceremonies that happened a few days ago, but I hadn't watched them yet. And I was like, oh, did you girls watch the opening ceremonies? And one of you said, what, like the Olympics? I don't know what other opening ceremonies there are.
I'm like, are there opening ceremonies in the Super Bowl?
I thought it was close.
I was dead serious.
No, my mom kept asking me, she's like, are you watching the Olympics? Are you going to watch it? I was like, I don't know.
My mom all day, she asked me 3 times, like if the answer was going to be different every time she called. And I'm like, no.
I feel like when we were young, the Olympics were like, it was like oh my gosh. You know, all the athletes.
Totally.
You were like super tuned in. And, you know, I don't know, maybe now because we're not little kids anymore.
I don't know. Isn't it also on cable? Like,
no, you can watch it on Peacock. Everything's on Peacock.
Oh.
I definitely am going to tune in.
Yeah.
I want to see.
But you haven't watched anything yet.
I love figure skating. No, nothing yet.
Yeah, the figure skating, Summer loves watching that. So we took her ice skating last year, like a little over a year ago at Rockefeller Center, and then didn't ever take her again until a few months ago at Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she really loved it. And now that she's watching the Olympics, it's
I
like,
could totally see her figure skating.
you know?
Oh my God.
But we need to do the.
So cute.
We can't just go once in New York a year. You know,
Yeah.
I want to take her more than that. But also, it's like, I do want her to grow up watching the Olympics because then in a couple years when they're here, I think it would be so fun to take the kids to something, whether it's gymnastics or swimming.
So cute.
Okay, so this summer is gymnastics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what my mom was asking me. She's like, when the Olympics are here, are you going to bring your kids? And I'm like, well, there's a lot of layers to this. I don't have kids yet.
That's a loaded question,
let me think about
Mom.
this. Yes, I'm going to the Olympics and I'm going to bring, a baby. Okay. Let's put it all together.
Hey, I was conceived during the 1984 Summer Olympics.
Wait, what did we say in the group chat?
Like there?
I mean, probably not like while they're like doing the fucking 100 meter.
Was it a tailgate? Were we,
What did we say?
I thought
it was a spermathlon.
What's the story there?
All I know is that my mom and my biological father were at the Olympics together, and sometime that summer, she found out she was pregnant. So
that was all it took, was just.
He was out here working from Vegas, and they spent a lot of time together, and lo and behold, I was born 9 months later.
Thank God for the Olympics.
So, you know, maybe some babies could be made.
Maybe that's what I'll tell my mom. Okay, I'll go to the Olympics and then
get pregnant.
Baby.
I've heard it's like
right. Okay, so speaking of figure skaters, also stuff about them, but also I saw Lindsey Vonn. There were just like so many awful comments online about some of our Team USA people upset that they didn't live up to certain expectations. Like, I'm sorry, did Homeboy not do a backflip? I mean, wasn't like that was crazy.
There's people doing
backflips and landing.
Skates. Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of expectations you have, but that's amazing to me.
Yeah, what are we supposed to be doing?
That's literally mind-blowing to me.
Flipping and landing on the moon? Like I don't know.
I'm sore from sitting Indian style. So
wait, me too.
Like my legs are asleep.
Literally, my feet are asleep.
No, Summer will not stop talking about the backflip. And she goes, and he landed on his feet.
Listen, if
I
Summer
can hear her saying
Moon
that.
says what it is, then it's iconic.
Yeah. Amber Glenn said she's having to stay off social media right now. And then there's the people criticizing Lindsey Vonn for continuing to compete after tearing her ACL.
No, she is a G.
Wow.
Yeah. If she wants
if
to
it was a
compete-
man, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
They'd be like, I need more ice. I need more time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
The men in this room are nodding.
We can account that they are nodding.
you know, it's like, what is wrong with people? You know, these athletes are doing their best. They're pushing their bodies beyond any normal
This
limits.
is their life's work.
They're
Like,
under
Yeah,
so
this is
much
their life's
pressure.
work.
And our job is to support them, to cheer
Yeah.
them on. You know, not to be critiquing them. Like, I'm sorry, can you do half of a quarter of the shit that any of them are doing?
That's everything.
No.
Yeah.
So it's like whether they're winning or losing, they're doing their absolute best, you know?
Yeah.
And regardless if they're performing to their best ability, like they are doing all of the things. So I just want to shout out all of our amazing Olympic athletes who are just crushing it right now.
Yay.
I can't wait to watch
Shouting
it
you
over the
out.
next couple of weeks. But yeah, people suck. You know who else sucks? People.
Let's make a list.
I mean, you could say anything right now.
People who bully children online.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Who does that?
A lot of people, like we were talking about in our group chat a couple weeks ago about all of the stuff with Northwest.
Oh yes.
And it's
I
like
have a lot of opinions about
people all have a lot to say
Northwest.
about others. I know we can all be guilty of that ourselves at certain points about certain things, you know, but when it comes to kids, I mean, especially Northwest, you know, she went on Instagram Live recently. I know Kim was like right there on the side. She didn't want to be on camera or whatever.
She made that clear. She was right there.
Yes, but she had to defend some of her fashion accessories, you know, her black
she's
grill,
expressing
her
herself, yeah.
blue hair, her piercings. You know, she has her new song that just came out and what that. And instead of celebrating a kid leaning into something different and really feeling like, this is me, this is who I am. If I want to have blue hair, green hair, whatever, like let her express herself. Instead of celebrating expression, they're putting her down and then putting the parents down. And I mean, the dad's a whole other story, but Kim is crushing life, okay? And that
In
girl
every
deserves her
way.
flowers.
Every way.
She's a single mom. She has 4 kids and the busiest career of anyone I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think about what if it was Sunny? What if it was my daughter?
Mhm.
And it's like, I mean, North is a product of her parents and a product
She's
of
an
her-
icon.
She is.
Just born
what
into
do you
being an icon.
expect? And I feel like Kim, from what I see, is doing a good job of keeping an
Mhm.
eye on it and just letting her. I mean, if you tell your kid don't do this, I mean,
they're gonna
they're
do
gonna
it.
do the opposite.
They're gonna want to
At
do
least
it
that's
even
what
more.
I did.
Yeah.
Same.
So I'm like, you know, just let them feel heard.
Mm-hmm.
And monitor the situation. I love that she's always right there.
Yeah.
She's doing a great job.
I think so too.
And like the way she expresses herself
Yeah.
through, you know, these things like her hair color and the grills and stuff. It's just her being creative. She's an artist. Like she is.
Her
that
dad
at
is
heart.
Kanye West. Her
Literally.
mom is Kim Kardashian. Look at what she looks
Hello?
How does she not be this like
She is
amazing alien of
by
a,
her
you know,
parents.
12-year-old?
yes.
You know, it's actually beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
And
Yeah.
I mean, also she pointed out it's like all temporary stuff where it's like she's essentially just plain dress up. You know, the blue hair isn't
Just
going
with
to
a
be
different
blue
budget.
forever.
And
Well, yes.
and a lot of kids.
No budget.
yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
I just wanted to give Kim some flowers because I love how she is allowing room for North's creativity, her individuality, and just for her to shine, you know?
Yeah. I'm for it. And I feel like a lot of people might not understand, you know, maybe people from different parts of the, you know, country or different parts of the world that just operate differently. But yeah, it's just she's letting her child express herself in her way. And I respect it.
Yeah. What do they expect?
Yeah. What else is there?
Right. And I feel like looking back at when, you know, we were younger, I was so afraid of being different. I wanted to fit in more than anything in this world. Being half Mexican in Azusa, you know, it wasn't good enough. My hair wasn't dark enough. My last name wasn't Mexican enough. And it was just like I did anything I could to fit in, to be accepted. I plucked every single hair out of my eyebrows.
Oh my God, that was a look.
I know your teenage photos. I'm
They're
like,
so
all right,
cute, but you're still gorgeous.
Yeah, of course, you're a vibe always.
Thank
was
God
like, yes.
for microblading now.
No, you know, I grew up in Scottsdale and literally like that it was the same for me. All of the kids that I grew up with, like, especially in elementary school, was like all really, really like, you know, blonde hair. Blue, like there wasn't a lot of diversity.
Yeah.
Same.
And I would come with my like, you know, packed lunches of like my dad's Italian cooking, and I didn't have the same hair and the same eyebrows or the same nose, you know, all this stuff. And it's just like you compare yourself to the rest of the kids and you just want to fit in. You just want to be like everyone else.
Yeah,
And then,
I mean, it's normal.
yeah, it's totally normal.
Yeah. But that is one thing that also I know you and I bonded over too, just how we were treated for even just being different, you know? And
in
it's
any
like
way.
at that time, I mean, I think about now, you know, having a daughter, and I'm sure you think about this as well. Mm-hmm. But like both of our girls, yours a little more sometimes, they're shy. Mm-hmm. Like Summer can be the center of attention, but also it takes her time to warm up, you know? And so when the kids are a little secretive or a little shy, it worries me in a sense where I'm like, what if something is happening at school that you don't feel comfortable to open up to me about? Because I know when I was a kid, I didn't tell my parents a lot of things that were happening to me at school.
Yeah.
And now as a mom, it just puts it in such a different perspective where I'm just like, no, you have to tell me everything, always. Like, as soon as you get home, like, how was school? And they just say, good. I'm like, no, tell me everything. Was she nice to you?
And then it's like they'll kind of like divulge a little more and more and more. And you're like, wait a minute, who said that? What did they say? Did they say to you?
I just feel like that's totally normal. And us as parents, we have to accept that they just have their own life journey and they're just not always going to tell us everything. Yeah. But I hope to God that Sunny will tell in February will tell me more than I did to my parents.
Yeah.
And that's like all I can really hope for is that I'm like always a safe space.
I know. And like every time, I mean, you guys have seen it with Summer when she gets a little embarrassed or feels like she did something wrong. Like I was in Vegas the other day. You were at dance class with her and she wasn't feeling good. And my mom said like all of a sudden, I guess the teacher kind of like didn't like call her out, but kind of was just like, hey, Summer's like everything okay? And then she got really embarrassed. Aww. And then she was just like, she just like goes in the corner and she just like wants to hide. And it's like, she didn't do anything wrong. But I think it was like, she was fine, but she's not feeling okay. And like Maddie said, like she wasn't giving it like 100%. Like she normally does in dance class. She's jumping up and down. She loves this new hip hop class. So and cute. It was just like.
I saw the video. So cute.
Yeah. But she gets to a point where it's like she just like cowers and goes and hides. And I'm just like, honey, like I always want her to know there's an open line of communication, but I also want to respect her space. And when she's like, I just need alone time, I'm like, okay.
Did she say that?
Yeah,
like, I just need alone time?
Yeah,
wow.
Sunny does that too. She'll be like, I just want to shut my door.
Wow.
Later.
That's crazy.
Like, okay.
But I'm like,
that's so
but
hard.
I'm here.
Yeah, you're just like, my baby.
I'd be like, please tell me what's wrong.
But like, I'm sure there were things when you guys were younger that we don't tell our parents.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I had this girl who severely bullied me when I was in junior high, so much that we got in a fist fight after school, and my mom never found out about it. Why? Because I won. But
I beat the shit out of that girl.
Because ain't no story to tell.
You know?
I handled it.
But like, I remember graduating high school and I was like, okay, Mom, I have to tell you something about when I graduated 8th grade. And she was like, wait, what? Because I told myself I'm not telling my mom this until I graduate high school. And that was about this girl and me getting in a fist fight. But
how dare anyone try to fist fight you?
Why did you wait till
I don't know.
Did you say that then? I'm not going to tell her about this till after high school? Or
yeah,
like
I think I just wanted to make sure that the school I was going to, that I was going to be okay there. I don't know, honestly. Like,
you thought your mom would intervene.
Yeah. What?
We've also talked a lot about you having this, you know, feeling like you always had to be perfect.
I did. And that's like no fault of my mom.
No.
By any means. But I felt like when certain things happened to me, I couldn't tell her because also like I never wanted to hurt her. I never wanted her to feel like she wasn't
of course
there for me. And like now that I am a mom and I think about these things and I've done a lot of EMDR therapy and it brings up things that I didn't necessarily remember or I think I blocked out and I compartmentalized for a long time.
Absolutely.
A few weeks ago, Kiki and I were doing a podcast and whatever it was we were talking about and this memory just came up and I started telling her, but then after we wrapped the podcast, I was like, wait, that wasn't the whole story. I was like, hold on. I was like, cut that out. Like I if I'm going to tell this, like it needs to be the whole story. And I remembered something that happened to me when I was 12 that I feel like has affected me my whole life and I didn't really realize it. And when I was in 7th and 8th grade, I was a cheerleader. And after the football games, a parent or a coach or someone would drive us to like the pizza party after, or we would have an after party in someone's house. And like my parents weren't necessarily always there. It was, I'm like 12 years old. I'm old enough to get driven by my friend's dad or whatever to go to the after party. And one time when we were in the backseat of the truck, it's me and a couple of the football players, and I skipped a grade as you did as well. So, we were the youngest in our grade. So I'm 12 years old, 11 or 12. I don't remember if it was 7th or 8th grade. I'm 11 or 12 years old. And this boy who was a year or two older than me, who everyone had a crush on, he was so cute. Not going to say his name, but I remember his name. All of a sudden, he just decides to take his hand up my cheer skirt and starts fingering me in the back of the truck.
Oh
my God.
And I freeze. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. Like,
you're like, because everyone thinks he's cute. And
yeah.
he's older.
And you're just like
we're in
completely
a
taken off
truck
guard. Yeah.
full of
Caught off
people,
guard.
like 3 people in the front. There's probably people in the bed of the truck. And I was just like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So I just like freeze and just like let him, not understanding that that's sexual assault, that that's inappropriate, that I didn't give consent. I'm like 11, 12 years old. I just didn't think about it. And then after the weekend, we get back to school.
That literally makes me want to cry.
No, I can't believe I forgot about this for so long. Like I just
buried it.
Because that's how your mind protects itself so you can survive and not just be fucked up for the rest of your life.
And I remember when we went back to school on Monday, everyone knew.
Ew. Why?
He told everyone at school.
Oh my God.
I'm a whore. I'm a slut. I'm a hoe. I'm all of these things because I let him finger me in the back of the truck. And I was just like, that's not true. That's not true. Like, I didn't know what to say.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And I was just like, no, that didn't happen. Like, why would he say that? Like, that didn't happen. So then fast forward a few months, I start dating a boy who is my first boyfriend ever. And we're going to go and see Titanic. Just comes out. So I'm now approaching 13 because I think that came out like 97, 98.
Yeah.
And we go see Titanic and he puts his arm over the armrest and does the same thing that this boy did to me in the back of the truck because he heard that I was easy and that I'm not going to stop him. I'm just going to allow it. And so what did I do? I allowed it. Then for whatever reason, when we got back to like my friend's house or my house, the parents aren't there. I don't know. It's like, well, now I'm going to take off your shirt and give you hickeys because like you're allowing it. And I never stopped him because I just like, I don't know. I didn't. I'm like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And you don't have a
child.
voice. You're a child and you don't have a voice. And I also think too, especially back then, as girls, we were taught to be so agreeable and accommodating and, all the things. Like, just like, if someone wants a hug, you give them a hug. If someone wants, all these things, you're just taught to like follow directions or just go with whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like it happens so often.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I feel like when this briefly got brought up and I was talking to Kiki, then I had a therapy session after that podcast and I was like, I'm cutting it out because I didn't really tell the full story. It just kind of came up. It was like word vomit. And then I forgot to mention the part that he told the whole school and how traumatizing that was. But then the other boys found out. So then they thought it was okay to do the same thing to me.
All the pieces.
Everything.
Yeah.
And although my parents never knew that was going on at the time, they knew there was something wrong and like they needed to send me to a different school, to a private school.
Really?
Which honestly I think saved my life. If I wouldn't have gone to Amat, like who knows where I would have ended up.
What signs were you showing?
I think I was absolutely depressed, but like I didn't really know how to express that. My mom had just had a miscarriage and then she had my sister. And I have just always been such an independent person where I'm like, I can handle it myself. 12 years old, I was like, I don't need to tell my mom what's going on. Like, she has a new baby. She just lost it. She doesn't need to worry about me.
Yeah, you were thinking about her.
And that's also like, I think, and nothing against my grandparents or my parents at all, but it's like also the way we were raised. You put other people first and that's, I think, how I kind of became a people pleaser. I literally found a note recently from my grandmother telling me, never forget to put everyone before yourself. And I was like, well, shit. Like,
whoa.
You're like, I didn't. Don't worry, Grandma. Never forgot.
But I didn't want my mom to worry because I'm like, well, I'm okay. Like, nothing else happened. You know, it's not like we went all the way. So, like, it's okay. It's okay. And then we broke up. I went to my school and I just started over. But then I'm like, wow, boy crazy Scheana literally existed since I was like a child, because then when I was a freshman in high school, it was like, then I was like going after the older boys and I wanted to make out with everyone. And I felt like I was such a sexual person from such a young age. I lost my virginity at 14, but I didn't realize until recently, until in a therapy session where I connected the dots and I go, I wonder if this is why I never had an orgasm until I was with Brock. Yeah. Because of that happening to me when I was a kid. And me just like being afraid of something feeling good because it was wrong that every time 100%. For years.
Wow.
And Brock is like my safe space. So I was so fucking mad at him when he did what he did, because I'm like, why are you fucking this up? Like, this is the first relationship I truly felt safe in. And like I could completely be open and be my full self. And maybe that's why, like, this, my whole life, everyone's like, I remember Janet and I used to podcast and she's like, wow, you've never masturbated? You've never used a vibrator? Like, that's so weird. How do you not have orgasms? And I'm like, oh,
you've associated sexual, all of it with someone else's desire, someone else's, what they want from you, what they're taking from you.
I had never done that to myself before. Someone else did it first.
Yeah.
I felt that from someone else first.
Yeah.
And it really just made me look back at so many things. And I mean, I'm obviously going to have to give my mom and Brock a trigger warning before this comes out because I haven't told them this still. But
you haven't told Brock this story?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
I genuinely, I had compartmentalized it until a few weeks ago.
And your mom didn't know either?
No.
People carry that kind of thing with them, no matter how little or big, forever.
Yeah.
Your whole life.
It shapes so much of you. And I just don't think people really understand that.
And they don't
it's really
protect.
Good that you are starting to or have been working on that.
Yeah. I just really feel like I'm in my healing era.
Yeah.
And I've always been a very open person. So, I put my whole life in a book. And even through the process of writing this book, this didn't come up. But in the EMDR therapy and stuff that I've continued to do since I wrote the book, I'm like, oh, wow, there was still some more shit there that I just didn't even remember.
And there probably is even more.
Yeah, I know. I look back at some videos my mom got recently, all of our old home VHS tapes on digital form and stuff. And there was one video I was looking at and I look at myself and I just look so depressed and so sad. And I'm like, how did no one see that? I'm just looking at little Scheana right there. And I'm like,
you're like, I see it.
That little girl, I just want to hug her so bad.
Yeah.
And that's why I did that little AI thing, just hugging my 12-year-old self, because I was like,
we all, the inner child thing
it's so powerful. Yeah.
It's so healing.
The first time I ever did Reiki, when I kind of came to after, because you're kind of in this dream state sort of thing. And after, when I woke up, she was like, so I spent the most time today with your 12-year-old self. And I was like, the fuck? This is not anything I had ever talked about publicly.
Yeah.
I was like, why would you, out of all, I think I was maybe 36 at the time or whatever, but I'm like, of all the 36 years, why would you pick that number and that age? And she was just like, that is the version of yourself that needed the most healing.
Wow.
I feel like life always shows you little signs.
Yeah.
That keeps pulling you towards, you have to face this.
Mm-hmm.
You have to face this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing it.
You're doing it.
Yeah, but that's the thing with you girls. It's you bring that out of me. And I haven't felt like I have that safe space in other friendships for so long.
Aww.
And I'm just so grateful for you, because it's to feel confident being friends with someone and not worry about what's going on behind your back.
Yeah.
I have not had that in a really, really long time.
I don't think, well, so grateful to be that for you.
We feel the same exact way.
Yeah. Okay, enough sappiness. Let's wrap it up. Let's talk about the Jack's hole. So at Scheananigans every week, we name a Jack's hole of the week.
Mm-hmm.
AKA, like a Jack hole. But,
God, okay.
But because of Jax Taylor, we named it a Jack's hole.
I like that.
So this week, it's going to go out to all of the people who are trashing Bad Bunny's amazing halftime show and all of the people who are tearing down Olympic athletes for not performing to their personal expectations. Like, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
These are the moments that are supposed to bring us together and not turn into the comment section blood sport and all that shit. It's just like, you don't have to get it. You just have to
enjoy it.
Yes.
Just
be curious.
Just appreciate
be
it.
Respectful. Be a decent fucking human. It's not hard. It's really not. So, learn something, appreciate something new, and above all, just, again, be a decent fucking human. But because we would always do a Jack's hole, I'm like, I don't always like to add on a negative note. So we've recently added flowers of the week. So my flowers, as I mentioned earlier, but they're just going to go out to all of the athletes competing in the Olympics. Just qualifying for the games is an extraordinary achievement in itself.
Crazy.
Hell yeah.
People train their whole lives just to be qualified, to be a part of this. And
absolutely
getting to call yourself an Olympian, that's something no one can ever take away from you.
Yeah.
You don't have to win all the medals, but you competed in the Olympic sports. And that is something that is so incredible. The discipline, the sacrifice, years of unseen work. And, it all led to this moment. So I just want to give my flowers to all of the athletes. I hope you get all of the medals and just soak it all in. Enjoy every second because just like our kids, it goes so fast. It grows up so quick. The Olympics are going to be over so fast. And just know that we are all so proud of all of you. And thank you for representing the very best of us on the world stage. So,
yes.
Thank you guys all for listening. Thank you, Maddie and Cristi, for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
This was so fun.
I needed to do
I feel like we're just getting warmed up.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute.
But I've mentioned you on the podcast before, and I'm like, okay, I need to just at least have you here so everyone understands who it is that I'm talking about and just gets to know this side of me because it's not a side I've really been able to show on reality TV. So,
people need to see this side. You're so
this
fun
is the best
and
side.
So cool.
I love you.
I'm just obsessed.
Yeah, we have the best time.
We do, and we're gonna continue the best time.
Continue.
Where are we going? Galentine's dinner.
Let's go eat.
Yes. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back next week. Bye.